Hi, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. My name is Tony Shipman. I'm the Chief Executive Partner for BDO Australia. And I'm here today to talk to one of my colleagues, Stephen Sorbello, on the very important topic of leadership in the emerging future. Stephen's our Office Managing Partner in Brisbane and has the responsibility of leading a big team in Brisbane. So I've got a couple of really in-depth questions for him, and we're keen to see what Stephen's view is on a range of leadership issues. So Stephen, thanks for joining us today. My first question is, what do you think is the role of a leader during times such as this?
Thanks, Tony, and great to chat to you today. Look, you've heard me bang on about this before quite a bit in the organisation, but I think the key role of a leader is to play to people's strengths, to make sure that the organisation has the right people in the right seats, and really make sure that the organisation can play to their strengths. And I think it's all about helping others be as good as they can be, and to help them develop through their careers and really push the organisation further. There's a strategy or a theory that I've read about recently, the Canvas strategy, and that's all about sort of helping develop yourself by developing others. And I think in an organisation like us, where there are so many different strengths across the board, we can really make this place or make any business so much stronger by having people develop themselves and play to their strengths, and almost to the point where we're making ourselves redundant in the process. It just does. I think it is the fitting of the role of a leader.
Sounds good. So it's developing that team structures and developing everyone around you. That certainly makes sense to me. So my next question is really around sort of behaviours and culture. And in times like this, there's lots and lots to do, and people talk about innovation, agility, sustainability, diversity. The list goes on. Just keen to get your thoughts about behaviours and how do you look at those issues and how do you prioritise what you think are the right behaviours to focus on, again, during times such as this?
Yeah, I think all those things you mentioned are really important, Tony. I mean, a couple of things that I think are key is to really listen to everybody. I mean, the role of the leader is to obviously have a definitive strategy and to help, coerce the organisation in the direction of that strategy. But in the process, it's really important to listen to everybody and be open to challenge of new ideas that come in. I think the flaw in some structures is that the challenges don't get listened to, and I think that the more we can do that to be open to new directions and new ideas, the better. But at the end of the day, someone needs to make a decision on the direction of travel, and ultimately that lies with the leadership in the organisation. And I guess once that decision's been made, we get back to that first point about having a range of other people pushing the organisation forward. And I think the leader's job is to communicate that direction clearly and then get out of the road and let everybody else push that direction of travel forward. I think that is, if you're talking about behaviours, that's something that is key to the process as well, is making sure you're not limiting by micromanaging or getting in the road of good work of others.
Okay, I like that. So communication, transparency, and just get out of the road. So that seems very simple. I like the simple analogies. So next point is about concept of sort of true leaders and what sets them apart. So from your point of view, just give us your thoughts around how to really genuine and effective leaders. What do they stand out? How do they stand out in your mind?
Yeah. Again, it's something you and I think spoken about in the past quite a bit, but it's really doing the right thing by the organisation. So often I think we do come to decision points and think, well, which way do we go? And there's arguments to and fro, and in the current day and age, I think there are a lot of organisations that do get overrun by self-interest. And if we keep coming back to doing the right thing by the organisation, doing the right thing by the collective group as a whole, I think that we're always going to come up with the right decisions. And in my mind, that's what sets the true leaders apart. They're going to be the ones who, consider all of the different views. They listen to those views, and then they think, well, what's right for the organisation, because that's where we're heading.
Sounds good. I like that. Like that approach. So thanks for those thoughts. So, all right. So thanks, Stephen, for those insights. So my last question is really around just as you lay awake at night, just the one thing that you think is the most important thing to consider from a leadership point of view, particularly in the times where we are, when there's lots going on, really trying to chart a course for the future. There's one thing you had to reinforce for everyone looking at this today. What would you say is the key thing?
Yeah, I'm going to come back to the first principle that I mentioned, the developing others and helping others. I think it's really around making sure that others have got the support that they need to deal with the change that's occurring in the current environment. We do lie awake a bit and think about the things that we can be doing differently, but the organisation is an enormous number of people, and one person can't, change the direction or hold everything else up. So, to make sure that we are getting to where we need to go, it's really providing support to, all those other people in the organisation that are doing a great job, and the leadership team generally, because the chances are they're probably lying awake thinking about their own roles and their own challenges as well.
Okay, that makes sense to me. So make sure they have the support, and then just get out of the road. Basically, that sounds to me like the Stephen Sorbello view of leadership. So I think I've heard worse than that. So thanks for your time today. It's been great insights, and I'm sure people will be very interested in that. So and thanks for everybody who joined us today for this short presentation around leadership. Thanks a lot.
Thanks very much, Tony.
Thanks, man.